very good everybody, and welcome to another video. This is your favorite funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and I will be your captain for today's flight. And today's flight will take us back once again to the Cessna Citation X for a very short corporate flight from Naples to Orlando. And this is going to be like a 35-minute airtime flight, so it's actually going to be very short. And we'll be using St. Engines AI, real-world time, real-world weather. I don't know what else we're going to be using. Just going to have some fun flying this aircraft. Alright, so let's get the thumb screen out of the way. There you go, so you can see actually already getting a little bit darker outside. We're parked here at stand 50. If that's the correct stand number, this is our little plane for tonight. Sun is setting here in Naples. Let's hop on in. We flew this aircraft yesterday on the channel as well, and it's a really cool aircraft, and I feel like doing it again, just to see how it's going to go. And let me reorient again, so battery power can go on, standby power will go on, turn on the avionics and the ACAS. We will not be using the external power. The aim is to actually get out of here as quickly as we can, pretty much. Kilo Alpha, Papa Foxtrot. Use this one. And then with that, we'll start aligning our ILS. Let's also start the APU so that we'll have internal power, if you will. The generator can come on, master should go on, and then the APU starts. And I'm also going to turn on the bleed already. I think you can do that, even though it's not done yet. And in terms of lighting, recog lights, nav lights, tail flood, why not? And I guess that is for now about it. Emergency lights, we will arm them. Then I think we'll just have to set everything up. And obviously also request our clearance. So let's see. So we'll just first recall the flight plan, and then that should give us the basic idea. And we should have charts here, I think. Not really sure how this thing works. Oh, that didn't work. Didn't like that. Delete. Naples, Municipal. Let's see, info. Cards will use taxi. Not sure if I ever used these charts in here before. Maybe I have, probably I have, but I cannot quite recall. Okay. 8 is 134225. And this one is about to set, so I guess maybe we should try to get out of here with some modest timing. What was it? 134225. Where do we see the radios again? Here. 5. And then clearance 118.0.
Hi dude, and if flight following is requested,
That's loud.
read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information echo. Naples Municipal Airport, information echo. 2253 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 23, 32. Wind 310 at 10. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 32, dew point 24. Altimeter 29er. Density altitude 1900 feet. Radar coverage reduced in the vicinity of the east ramp. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information echo.
Alright, we have information echo, that's cute. Then let's have a look at our flight plan. As I said, it's a very short flight. Here it says runway 32 with the CSHEL 8 departure to CSHEL, and then we have already our arrival at Jokers 4 for runway 25. Clearance, good evening, November 527 Romeo Mike. Type is Citation X-ray, we are at ramp 50, information echo, requesting IFR clearance to Orlando.
N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, cleared to Orlando Executive via the CSHEL 8 departure, then as filed, climb and maintain 3000, expect flight level 23010 minutes after departure, departure on 119.75, squawk 3531, expect runway 32.
Clear 5 CSHEL 8, and then as filed, initial climb 3000. Expect flight level 230, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.75. Squawk 3531 and our departing runway 32. November 527 Romeo Mike.
N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, read back correct. Ground will be on 121.6.
121.6. So let's set this up. On to 1.6. I'm just going to pre-dial that. Not calling them quite yet, but then at least we have it. And our squawk was 3531. Just see if I can do that through here. 3531. Beautiful. See it here too? Yes, we do. Nice. Alright, that's our squawk. And put it back on nav 1. Alright. So, departure would be runway 32 with the seashells by the seashore. CSHEL 8. I don't think there was any vias then. Activate, and for the arrival you just click the nav button and then here you select arrival. Aircraft found its way home, beautiful. Then we get a runway 25, I think it was, let's just double check again. 25 with the Jokers 4 arrival. So runway 25 ILS, and arrival would be the under star. Look at the Jokers 4. Thought it was Jokers 5, but I'm just hallucinating. Jokers 4. And position would then actually be CSHEL. That's also the position there. Yeah, that's fine. So then we have actually all the waypoints activate. So then we should have the entire flight plan. Runway 32. 317 degrees heading. Let's see. What is assigned, and then there's discontinuity, and then we'll probably get factors to CSHEL, or we just get a direct CSHEL. And Semi, phases, moans, jokers, Zelig, and then again as assigned, there's a discontinuity. We'll deal with that later. Mary B, Limond, runway 25. You can see already here by the altitudes. These are the last fixes right before the on the final approach, pretty much. Alright, that is one performance in it, or performance out of it, just depends on how you want to look at it. Climb 300 knots. Cruise will be maximum speed. Descent will also be at 300 knots. Position altitude will be flight level 180. We'll cross that. Our cruising will be 230. And speed altitude limitations is 250 knots below 10,000 feet. Think EST. Just to quickly double check if that is all, if that all makes sense. So we got, well, what the hell are we looking for? I don't know what POW stands for. 10038, fuel 1847. That seems to check out. And cargo, yeah, I'll take it, confirm it. Let's see. Takeoff performance. So the wind was 310 at 10. It's a very responsive FMC, if you will. Video, I'm not really sure what you call this sucker. 310 at 10, and field elevation 6 feet. Anything else here on the takeoff that I like? Runway condition looks dry. Anti-ice will be off flaps 15 or flaps 15. I think we just set up everything here. Flight plan, this one can go to progress page. Alright, then our initial climb was 3,000, 1,000 feet higher than yesterday. QLH 2 9er, we got that, and then the initial climb 3,000. That goes really fast. So hopefully today I'm going to be trying to using the VNAV, see if that's actually going to work. Yesterday during the descent we just plummeted down, and then we had to fly for quite a while at 6,000 feet. So it was a little bit awkward. And I think we can arm the auto thrust system there. And is there anything else? I guess we could request push and start. Please go to nav. And we are squawking as well. We are now in the idle position. And do we have a beacon on this one? Before we start our engines, I don't think so. Let's see what signs can come on. We got our APU bleed. I guess we're good to go. And maybe one more thing is just to check the runway heading. So I'm departing runway 32. 317, we could see that in the FMS as well. And the V speeds are takeoff speeds B1 119, rotate 122, V2 129. And we'll do flaps 15, but we'll do the flaps once the engines are started, or at least one of them. And I guess we can go ahead and start. I think, if I'm correct, this is all already okay, so let's just go ahead and see if we can start the first engine. Just as long as it doesn't drop around 30, 31. There it goes, it's taking, that's good. Alright, engine number 2. So, flaps 15. That's flaps 15 for takeoff now. Parking brake is on, APU is on. This message will go. Vital static, they can come on too. The trim, let's put it somewhere in the green band. Let's go to ground. Let's actually first have a look. Runway 32, that's going to be fairly simple. I don't like these charts. What are we? Ground, good evening. November 527, Romeo Mike. Request push and start. Actually just started the engines, right? Well.
10527, RM7, Romeo Mike, push and start approved, tail southwest.
Tail southwest, thank you. November 527, Romeo Mike. If this thing has a pushback as well on the ground surfaces. Doesn't look like it. Alright, so let's remove the chocks. And then for the pushback, let's get the pushback helper out, why not? Pushback helper is a very nice little tool. It's off the screen, you cannot see, but it's a very lightweight tool. And it just does what it's supposed to do. It's very nice. So if you have in some weird situation where you have trouble pushback, you just use that one. So parking brake release, then reverse. Bank. Quickly check now. Yeah, let's do a left turn. Oh, the other left. So we'll take off in heading mode initially. And I'm guessing vertical speed, or actually no, let's just do VNAV immediately, if that's going to work. Now we can stop our pushback here. Box can go. Our parking brakes. ground, November 527 Romeo Mike, request taxi. Oops.
1527 RM7 Romeo Mike, runway 32 taxi via Charlie 1, Charlie.
Runway 32 via Charlie 1, Charlie 7 Romeo Mike. We'll exit through there, and that is our runway. And taxi lights. And I think that's it. I'm probably forgetting a whole bunch of things. Yeah, the arm, the thrust reversers. And our ATS arms as well. And we are at FMS1. Here's our V-speeds, 119, 122, 129. This is all too easy. Parking brakes released. So there is this really old click and point adventure game by LucasArts called Day of the Tentacle, and that was just such an amazing game. And in one of the very first scenes, when you actually start the game, and you start the story, you find this, you have to find a secret lab, and you start clicking like crazy on everything. And then one of the things is like this ticking clock, this grandfather clock or something. You click on it, and what do you know, there's a little door that opens up, and then the guy says, his name is Bernard Bernoulli, and he says, this is all too easy. That's why I sometimes say that it just sounds so funny. And it sounds like you're setting yourself up for complete failure when you do that, you know. Like, this is all too easy, like, yeah, sure man, I got this. Although at the same time, you know, it's a fairly straightforward airplane. But yeah, yesterday during the descent was like a really rapid, like seriously rapid. Not at all did it seem, you know, like in any way dangerous or something. Dangerous. It was just, it was smooth, but it was very, very fast. Well, let's not come to a complete standstill here, Arkady. Come on. So departure frequency 119.75. Hopefully we can make it a little bit in daytime. It's only like 35 minutes of airtime, but that could be enough for the sun to disappear behind the horizon. That's definitely going to be the case. Well, nothing wrong with a nice night landing. The airport that we're flying to does have ILS, and yeah, I checked. This is like a typical corporate flight. I think the Orlando airport that we're flying to is like right at the edge of the city. Right, so expecting our handover to the tower or handoff.
N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, contact tower on 128.5. Take care.
128.5, 7 Romeo Mike. Departure frequency was 119.75. Tower, good evening, November 527 Romeo Mike, holding short, runway 32, ready for departure.
N527, RM527, Romeo Mike, Naples Tower, runway 32, winds 310 at 10, RNAV CSHEL, cleared for takeoff.
RNAV CSHEL, cleared for takeoff, runway 327, Romeo Mike. Landing lights. Looking good, like we are. Alright, so let's get this baby to Orlando, man. She has no problem accelerating at all. Look at that, man. Nice. Rotate. Positive right. Gear is coming up. And let's see if we start still on the autopilot immediately. So we are still in heading mode now. Let's do nav.
N527, RM7, Romeo Mike, contact departure.
Come to departure, 7 Romeo Mike, bye bye. Departure, good evening. November 527 Romeo Mike, 1100 climbing 3000.
N527, RM527, Romeo Mike, Fort Myers departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 10,000, direct CSHEL.
Climb and maintain 10,000, direct CSHEL, 7 Romeo Mike.
Approaching runway 32.
Whoops, that's going really fast. We get the arrow on the other side. Oh shit. Got the flaps in as well a little bit. We can make some speed. Alright, 10,000. No, do not want to think. Turn off the autopilot.
Don't sink.
Okay, so that VNAV didn't quite do what I was hoping. What I think I can explain. Let's do flight level change. I will turn on the autopilot. And can we go direct? Let's see, next. CSHEL. And see if I'm doing this correctly. There's actually discontinuity there that I totally forgot to look at. How do we do a direct in this one? Here's the direct page. That's nice. CSHEL. There we go. Alright, it's looking a little bit better. Have a look outside. That's looking good. It's noisy as hell, man. Alright. 7,700. So these flaps are up. The gear is up. Taxi lights, we can turn those off. So we're almost at 10,000.
N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, climb and maintain 14,000.
Climb and maintain 14,000. 7 Romeo Mike. Okay, so flight level change again.
We are now in the air
Oh
and
no,
climbing.
baby, you're not doing
The
this.
use of approved electronic devices is permitted in flight mode. Our cabin service will begin shortly. Thank you for flying with us today. Dear guests, we are now at cruising altitude.
There. Let's turn off the landing lights too. And why not set the passengers free? Where was the over here?
N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, contact Miami Center on 133.275.
133.275 Romeo Mike, bye bye. Miami Center, good evening. November 527 Romeo Mike. 13,000 feet, climbing 14,000. Speed cruise.
N527 RM527 Romeo Mike, Miami Center, good evening. Climb and maintain flight level 230.
Climb and maintain flight level 230. 7 Romeo Mike. These little screws here are very convenient. You can use these buttons, but then, you know, you cannot see what you're changing, so that's a little bit annoying in the simulator, obviously. So that's why they made these little screws interactive. Right, so let's check progress page. I think that will show our top of descent. 46 nautical miles. Top of climb.
Yeah, for 4053, flight level 180 for flight level 200.
Tampa 4053, roger, good evening. N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, contact Fort Myers approach on 126.8.
126.8, November 527 Romeo Mike, bye bye. Fort Myers approach, November 527 Romeo Mike. 14,000, climbing, flight level 230.
N527 RM527 Romeo Mike, Fort Myers approach. Good evening, Fort Myers, altimeter 29904. Expect the ILS runway 25 approach into executive. Verify information, Lima.
Expect ILS 25 and we will be checking information, Lima. Please stand by 7 Romeo Mike. A user waypoint, what the hell are you talking about? Let's see, flight. Orlando Executive. And open airport. Weather. Agent. 025. Wind 290 at 14. Visibility 10. Temperature 34. 2.21. 299. Accepting that, that's all good. November 527 Romeo Mike, we have information Lima and we're expecting ILS 257 Romeo Mike. Okay, so the CNAV obviously will have to, there's no altitudes in here, so I'm not sure if I have to do that myself, probably. Here are some constraints, let's see. Yeah, it's not really sure why that is. I mean, probably I just messed something up, but I think it would be fair to then not expect the VNAV to work as such. What if we turn on flight over changes, say VNAV, will that do anything? At least our speed is going to adjust. We are still climbing, 2,900 feet per minute, so let's for now keep it at VNAV. And we're almost at 23,000. So, let's have a look at the charts. Orlando Executive approach, and we got ILS runway 25. So we'll need the frequency and the course, so 109.35. That's in.
N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, when you're ready to begin your descent, descend and maintain 1000. Altimeter 29er, cleared for the Jokers 4 arrival.
And descend and maintain, standby. Descend and maintain 1000, altimeter 29er, cleared for the Jokers 4 arrival. 7 Romeo Mike.
N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, descend and maintain 9000.
Descend and maintain 9000, 7 Romeo Mike. Alright, so we'll start descending. This is a very short flight. So yeah, there's no little arrow. You can see a little arrow to dial up, but there's no arrow, so I have to scroll with my mouse wheel. Yeah, I've been spoiled with my hardware, remote control panels for sure, man. Alright, so let's actually start the descent then. Can we... Alright, so ELF off, VNAV, and does this mean it's pitching down? Our speed is adjusting, that is one thing. Just taking our time or not? I don't think so. This is actually going down ever so slightly, but no way in hell we're going to be making this, I'm thinking. So, then, yeah, the ELP button is on here again. Let's see what do we have here, VELP. Yeah, so, flight level changes there will be again. I was thinking, or maybe I wasn't thinking, but alright. And now I'm getting a little bit. Oh, it says 23,000 again. Oh, it's probably because the L. Okay. The dumps, we go again. 11,000. Well, actually, I think it said 9,000. The end. And switch. That should actually get us down now. There you go. Descent, autopilot system is in descent mode, scrolling back. And we're descending. It was very nice. But again, we're like really plummeting down here. 4,500, so maybe let's go vertical speed. Right. Touchdown zone 113 seats, airport elevation as well. 109.35. The final approach course 253. And how did we do that again? I think put it on that.
N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, descend and maintain 7,000.
Descend and maintain 7,000, 7 Romeo Mike. Put us back on SMS for now and descend and maintain 7,000. Alright, now actually I think I would like the flight level change and that we just plummet down, since this is really I'm expecting this to be very short flight level change.
N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, descend and maintain 5,000.
Descend and maintain 5,000, 7 Romeo Mike. Want to turn on the landing lights for now and the taxi lights as well, just so we don't have to do that later. Something's telling me things might be going really fast here in a second. Right, so 1,100 feet at Almond, and we have a glide slope 8 degrees, and that will be at 4 nautical miles from India Echo X-ray Oscar.
N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, contact Orlando approach on 120.15.
120.15, 7 Romeo Mike, bye-bye. Orlando approach, good evening, November 527 Romeo Mike, 10,000, descending 5,000.
N527, RM527 Romeo Mike, Orlando approach, good evening, executive altimeter 29er.
Altimeter 29er, thank you, 7 Romeo Mike. And look at that, we're no longer following the navigation, so sure, yes, I know, I was talking about this yesterday, so when you switch from FNS to nav, it immediately kicks you out, so that's something to remember. Let's go nav and see if we catch the course. Doesn't look like it, so what's up next? Mons, direct. Let's just do it. Woohee! do we have the, can we see the moon next to the sun currently? I know we have a new moon. There was a eclipse in Europe today. Alright, and then the final approach speed, let's have a look at these speeds. Landing speed 112 plus 5 is 117. Moans, Jokers, Zalek, and then Vectors after Zalek. That will take us around the airport to line us up with runway 25.
American 2328, contact Miami Center on 135.175.
So holding 5,000
Over to Miami
right now.
Center on 135.175, American 2328.
Air Canada to 99, contact Miami Center on 135.175.
Over to Miami Center on 135.175, Air Canada 1099.
It's a very nice little plane. I really like it. So we are still at 250 knots. That's pretty much our, that is our maximum speed below 10,000 feet. And BNF here is active. I'm thinking that should be fine. I think our speed is somewhat managed. It appeared like that at least yesterday, so that's basically what I'm assuming right now, but let's keep an eye on it. So up next will be Zalek. Then after Zalek, yeah, that will take us around the airport.
Southwest 2651, contact Miami Center on 135.175.
135.175, Southwest 2651.
N527, RM7, Romeo Mike, turn right heading 050, vectors for the ILS runway 25 approach, speed below 210 knots.
Turn right heading 050, speed below 250 knots, 7 Romeo Mike. heading. Speed below 210 knots. Is there any way to set the speed like that? Otherwise, I have no clue how to do that manually.
N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, turn right heading 050.
Right heading 0507 Romeo Mike. Right, then we'll do manual. The speed brakes.
United 1268, contact Miami Center on 135.175.
135.175, United 1268, thanks for the help.
Shamrock 12, contact Miami Center on 135.175.
135.175 for Shamrock 12. Good day.
And tower should be 118.7. Right, so we're not getting our speed down. Oh, that's simply not listening. Ah, okay. And how does this work then? What the hell am I doing here? I understand. Okay. Took me a while, but here we are. 210 knots. Actually, a little bit below. Something like that. And let's get speed brakes so we speed it up a little bit. And since we are in heading mode, let's go nav. That gets you localized signal. And the approach course 253, just to quickly double check. Not landing at the wrong runway or something, 253.
Delta
Okay.
845, contact Miami Center on 135.175.
Switching to Miami Center on 135.175, Delta 845.
Delta 789, contact Miami Center on 135.175.
Switching to Miami Center on 135.175, Delta 789.
So we'll go to slats, see if that does any harm. So we got Matty B, L.
527 RM7 Romeo Mike, speed 190 knots.
Speed 190 knots, November 57 Romeo Mike. Yeah, I got this, man. Alright, 190 knots. takeoff flaps 15.
Southwest 1268, contact Miami Center on 135.175.
Over to Miami Center on 135.175, Southwest 1268.
Sky is beautiful. Like it.
N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, descend and maintain 3000.
Then maintain 3007 Romeo Mike.
N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, turn right heading 080.
Turn right heading 080 November 527 Romeo Mike. Got the speed brakes out a little bit longer.
Azul 8707, contact Miami Center on 135.175.
Speed brakes retract.
Switching to Miami Center on 135.175, Azul 8707.
Southwest 2714, contact Miami Center on 135.175.
Switching to Miami Center on 135.175, Southwest 2714.
We're right next to the runway actually now. Not sure. No, I don't think I can see it.
Ocean 69, contact Miami Center on 135.175.
135.175, Ocean 69.
Then little screenshot.
N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, turn left heading 050.
Turn left heading 050 Romeo 7 Mike.
Departure Southwest 1571, 2000 for 4000.
Southwest 1571, Central Florida departure, climb and maintain 12000.
Climb 12000, Southwest 1571.
Southwest 1571, contact Miami Center on 135.175.
135.175, Southwest 1571. Thanks for the help.
Central Florida departure, JetBlue 1368, 1000.
JetBlue 1368, Central Florida departure, good evening.
Departure Delta 463, 2000 for 4000.
So that's Mary B,
Delta
Element.
463, Central Florida departure, climb and maintain 11000.
Out of 2000 for 1000, Delta 463.
And this is pointing towards the
JetBlue
glide slope.
1368, contact Miami Center on 135.175.
Not the glide slope, but the localized
N527
vehicle.
RM7 Romeo Mike, turn left heading 295, descend and maintain 2000.
Turn left heading 295, descend and maintain 2000, 7 Romeo Mike.
Delta 463, contact Miami Center on 135.175.
Switching to Miami Center on 135.175, Delta 463.
departure, American 2502, 2000 for 4000.
American 2502, Central Florida departure, climb and maintain 9,000.
American 2502.
Departure, Southwest 3069, 2000 for 4000.
Southwest 3069, Central Florida departure, climb and maintain 12,000. N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, 5 miles from Lemons, turn right heading 310, descend and maintain 1,100 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 25 approach.
Right heading 310, descend and maintain 1,000 till established on localizer. Cleared ILS runway 25 approach, 7 Romeo Mike. Vertical speed, keep it coming down.
N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, contact Executive Tower on 118.7.
118.7, November 527 Romeo Mike, bye-bye. Tower, November 527 Romeo Mike. 1,100. Actually, we're not descending, are we?
N527, RM527, Romeo Mike, Executive Tower, roger, continue approach runway 25.
Stay approach, runway 25, November 527, Romeo Mike. Cleared for the approach.
N527, RM7, Romeo Mike, runway 25, winds 300 at 10, cleared for the ILS, runway 25 approach.
Cleared for the ILS, 25 approach, 7 Romeo Mike. I think we're missing this. Let's turn off the autopilot. Let's see if there is any way we can still make this. That will be very nice.
N527, RM7, Romeo Mike, runway 25, wind 300 at 10, cleared to land.
That's all of a sudden doing nothing. Clear to land, runway 25, November 527 Romeo Mike. That was a couple of seconds of a stutter there, man. There you go, autopilot on. Localizer. Are we going to make this? Oh, that's doing heading mode, isn't it? Oh no, just making things
Approaching
worse.
runway 25.
I think actually we're already here. I have a very hard time seeing properly here. I think that's the airport. Alright. So, let's get some decent speed. Say 190 knots. That will go off. Heading mode. So now let's keep this altitude. Autopilot on. Tower, November 527 Romeo Mike, missed approach.
N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, execute missed approach procedure. Contact departure on 120.15.
120.15 November 527 Romeo Mike. Approach November 527 Romeo Mike, missed approach. Request vectors for the ILS of runway 25.
N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, say again.
N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, execute missed approach. Give me a moment. N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, turn right heading 035, vectors for the ILS runway 25 approach.
Turn right heading 035, 7 Romeo Mike, thank you. And I think one of the things that actually went wrong, besides me just not focusing properly, was at some point you were cleared for the approach, and usually I will immediately hit the approach button when I hear that, or the localizer button, depending on the aircraft. But yeah, so you start as far out as you can to start honing in on that signal, you know. And I think I noticed quite late, like, oh yeah, shit, I think I was actually cleared for the approach. So yeah, you've lost a lot of nautical miles there, or at least a lot of distance that you could actually have used to stabilize. You can see the result, it's totally unstable. And then blind panic, oh, what the hell did I click? That's the altimeter. And then sort of blind panic. Well, I'm sitting here chill, but I mean, you know, like, oh shit, and then the airport was all of a sudden was right there, and it's looking weird for me. So, but it's looking good. We're below the glide slope. That's looking nice. We're doing what they're telling us, 035 degrees. That's taking us here. Our speed might be a little bit slow. I feel like, you know, we're so close. I just want to set this plane down. That's so cool to land. But yeah, just patience is also a thing, I guess. So let's just try and do it at least safe-ish, so we don't hurt any simulated people. And I must say, this is like an excuse, but it's interesting. Like in the Airbus and the Boeing, you can set like these range rings around the runway, and you have the extended runway center line. And to me, this would be actually a very good example how that really helps you a lot when you can do that in terms of situational awareness. You don't even have to think twice. You just see, oh, that's where I'm going. Here, you will actually have to read Mary B, then was Almond, and then here should be runway 25. And, yeah, so I don't think that's possible in this plane, though.
7 RM7 Romeo Mike, turn right heading 150, descend and maintain 3000.
Turn right heading 150, descend and maintain 3000, 7 Romeo Mike. So funny because we're flying at 1500. And we're like, yeah, sure. That's something I think St. Angels could still work on. Unless there's a setting that I've missed. But it seems a little bit weird, right? I mean, flying at 1500 feet. And then be told descend and maintain 3000. I'm not going to argue with them now. There's Mary B, Almond, and runway 25. Hey Vintage, welcome. How are you doing? We just had a totally messed up approach. And we're now getting vectored back to our final approach path. Doing okay, very tired. Oh, yeah. Actually, I'm a little bit tired myself. Not very, but I'm a little bit tired. Yeah. But I'm doing great. In Europe today there was a solar eclipse, which I watched with my family, which was very nice. It was very special. So I got some good energies. Okay, right now we're flying the Cessna 750, the Citation X, to Orlando Executive Airport. And hopefully this time we're going to settle down nicely. We'll be live this Saturday, time yet to be determined. Cool, man. And that will be the 747-200 from JFK to
And 527 RM7 Romeo Mike, turn right heading 210, descend and maintain 2000.
Right heading 210, descend and maintain 2000, 7 Romeo Mike. Right heading 210. Now try and stay sharp. We hit the approach button in time. We are, let's have a look. Localizer 1, that's all looking good. Yeah, cool. JFK to Heathrow, cool. Alright, our speed is 190. Let's touch slowing down.
RM7 Romeo Mike, 4 miles from Le Mans, turn right heading 220, cleared for the ILS runway 25 approach.
Right heading 220, clear for the ILS 25 approach, 7 Romeo Mike. On the approach, that doesn't do it. 220. Approach is armed, localizer white, that's armed.
N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, contact Executive Tower on 118.7, crossing Le Mans.
Tower on 118.7, crossing Le Mans, November 527 Romeo Mike, thank you. Localizer capture. Let's just go to tower. Tower, November 527 Romeo Mike, runway 25 established.
N527, RM527, Romeo Mike, Executive Tower, roger. Cleared to land, runway 25, winds 300 at 10.
Clear to land, runway 25, November 527 Romeo Mike. Let's turn off the autopilot and set this baby down. Looks like touchdown. Oh, this is bad. Going off. Alright. Full thrust. Let's get out of here. Gear up.
N527, RM7, Romeo Mike, contact ground point 4. N527, RM7, Romeo Mike, it looks like you went around. Execute missed approach procedure.
That's correct. 7 Romeo Mike, missed approach.
N527, RM7, Romeo Mike, execute missed approach procedure.
Another go around. Yeah, man. I feel the shame waiting on my shoulders. And I must say, I really hate to go around.
RM7 Romeo Mike, contact ground on 121.4.
Negative, we are going around. But again, that's also a little bit funny, right?
527 RM7 Romeo Mike, execute missed approach procedure.
Executing missed approach procedure. 7 Romeo Mike. We need You Can Always Go Around song. Hey, you're asking the correct guy, man. Let's see what we can do. My guitar back here, and my guitar. When you're inbound, as shit goes wrong, you can always go around. When you're inbound, and shit goes wrong, you can always go around. That's it. That's a nice idea, dude. Okay. Let's see. What are we going to do? You know what? I think I'm going to be a little bit rebellious. Just go to vector ourselves now. And let's put the back box and button here. We can sort of see where we're at. And let's just come around. Where we're heading.
N527 RM7 Romeo Mike, turn right heading 085, vectors for the ILS runway 25 approach.
085, 7 Romeo Mike, thank you. Okay, so that works. Just do your own thing, and then I'm like, yeah, okay. Just do that. Well, you know, you cannot do this shit on VetSim, you know, like, you really have to listen to the controller. Let alone like in real life, right? But yeah. Go from here, so runway. Everything looks the same to me, man, at this point. Guessing that could be the runway. It's just like a straight line of lights, but probably just a street, I don't know. Bigger the nav display. Yeah, pretty much we're right on top of it. That dark strip right there, I have no clue. Gotta go. Family wants to go out for dinner. Catch you later. Alright, dude, enjoy your meal. And see you later. Thanks for chilling with us, Vintage. And take care, man. See you later. The localizer is still there. We are at 1800. Our speed is okay. 192. Maybe even we should. Yeah, well, we could actually go a little bit slower. Like earlier, the last run, I had I decelerated a little bit late. Safe landings. Thanks, man. Hopefully, I'll get some decent landing replay out of this. We'll see. Thanks, man. 180175. But yeah, there was like it was like wind, and I really suck at finding the runway center line in wind conditions. It felt like, well, you cannot really say feel, but I mean, like it came across to me as if it was somewhat windy. Maybe my approach was just really messed up. That could also be, but usually that it's sort of okay, you know. And I don't always land on the center line, but this felt, I was drifting to the right, and then I put in some left rudder, and then I figured maybe I should put in some, I think, a right aileron, and I don't know, things just went horrible from there. But yeah, just screwed us out of a dusk landing. It will actually be pitch black by the time we touch down. And again, I think I'm just going to do my own little thing here. Let's see, our flaps are at 5. I think we can go flaps 15. And then we'll just take a right turn, and for now we'll just disregard ATC. Let's see if they catch up again. So we're turning right, and they'll probably give us the heading that we're flying to. But it would be interesting if they say, hey man, possible pilot deviation, you're ready to copy a telephone number. I think actually I've had it once in Citation, say hi. And if we are on the approach now, at least that's arms, that's good. We're pretty much flying straight towards the center line. So flaps 15, and then the next is 35. Final approach speed is at still 117. Where was that V speed? Landing speed 117. Okay, I'll take it. Go flaps 35. Doesn't like that. Okay, so we'll drop the gear then. That's a little sports stadium. Here's the localizer capture. Our November 527 Romeo Mike localizer captured. We are 8 nautical miles.
527 RM7 Romeo Mike, continue approach.
Continue approach 7 Romeo Mike. That looks like the runway. Yeah, it was super low, like radio altitude 1,000 feet. Well, let's just go final approach speed 117 for 6 nautical miles. I feel like I'm making it worth with everything that I do. That's FMS. Autopilot off. Right, welcome to Orlando finally. Well, there is a fire truck. That's a little bit immature, but sure. Alright, man, I'm gonna stop it right here. Let's have a look outside. Looks like we are in one piece. Is that Stanley? Stanley, dude, is that you? Alright, man, how are you doing? Alright. Okay, so here we are. That was a really shitty landing, shitty approach. It was all over the place. But it was fun. And I really feel like flying this plane again. I'm not going to do it now. Right now I'm going to rest, but there it is. Thank you very much for checking, everybody. And everybody stay funky, be sweet to one another, and all of that miserable crap. I'll see you guys later, man. Thanks for checking. Bye-bye.